In this video, we're going to see if I can take my iPhone 12 mini and turn it into something a little more cinematic. Hi, I'm James. I'm a photographer, filmmaker and a designer. If you're new to the channel, I cover all these bases in my videos with tips and tricks along the way so you too can create better content like me. Let's carry on. Woo. Okay. First things first, you need to get an app for your phone. Now I'm using one called PROTAKE. There's another popular choice called Filmic Pro. Get one of those. Now these are not free apps, I'll put that out there, but they're not expensive. Comparing them to a cost of like a new lens for your camera is pocket money. Now what these apps allow you to do is unlock the true potential of your phone's camera. This allows you to manually control the exposure, so your ISO, your shutter speed, so you get the right motion blur within the frame, and they come with powerful color grading options. Like I said, I'm using PROTAKE, but what I've noticed straight away is this selfie camera. It has 0 depth of field. That background and me are both sharp. Now, usually when you put something close to a lens and it focuses on that, the background should go out of focus. So what that means is we cannot use the selfie camera. Actually, let's switch it now and see if it blurs the background in this same location. Okay, as you'll see now, the background should be a lot more out of focus, creamier, cinematic, and that's by using the reverse cameras. With this background blur, it gives good separation between your foreground subject and the background, and that is what we always tend to associate cinematic with. Yeah, let's move on. Okay, there's no point in me standing still for this next bit because we're talking about stabilization. Now in this app of PROTAKE, there are 4 options of stabilization. We got off, standard, cinematic, and high. Now I'm on just the cinematic option, which is the third, which gives some good stabilization. We can now walk around, and if you're doing like some tracking shots, quite good I think. Tracking or panning, whatever you want to call it. Now, the reason why it's doing that, I haven't got a clue. Something called latency, maybe some computer software. I'm not sure what the implications are either. This is all new to me, so we're doing it together. We're finding out what the best settings are. Okay, speaking of settings, the first thing we need to do is to double our frame rate. So I'm filming at 24 frames. This app allows me to set it to 1/48th of a second, double. Next thing we need to do is set the ISO. Now, this app allows us to set it to as low as 33. Most big cameras, you know, proper cameras go, the lowest they go is 100. So by going to 33, that allows less light into the sensor, which is good for mobile film kind of photography work, because usually the sensors are so sensitive to light, you are always overexposed. If you're setting your shutter to a set 1/48th, you're going to need that ISO as low as it can go. You can buy filters that usually allow you to block out the light, so you can keep it at 33 ISO and 1/48th of a second shutter speed. I have made the decision to come out on a grey day when I'm in a forest where there's not much light, and that allows me to kind of expose properly without the use of filters. You've also got your white balance settings, and as it's an overcast day, I've just set it to cloudy, I think it was. Overcast even, and that brings back the warmth. It's all manual, you can lock it in. I've not really experimented much with the color grading of these apps. I know they're powerful. They can film in log mode, different Alexa kind of color profiles. I just kept it in standard because I don't want to come home and have the issue of like, I don't know how to grade the footage. So standard is what we're going with. It might be a bit too saturated, too sharp and all that sort of thing, but like I say, this is an experiment where we're learning together. Now, don't listen to the audio that I've recorded as cinematic. This is just straight into the camera of the phone. There's no proper microphone attached. I'm yet to get my Rode mic wired up. It somehow, for some reason, it requires like 4 different leads just to get it connected. So this might sound a bit bad compared to what you usually hear, but that's the app in general. It seems powerful. I love the fact that it's got the stabilization options. I also love the fact that you can do like a rack focus or you can zoom in from point A to point B. Very clever touch on the app. Now let's see if we can get anything cinematic. I don't know. My hands are cold.
Tonight there's no way back. The whole town is all about summer, and we have enough wine to last us until morning light. Yes, it might be true, I'm a little bit out of my mind. Let it sweep us off our feet without a fight. You know the sun can wait. I know this is borrowed time. They've counted 9, but still I bet on a miracle to happen. Is it really too late? Is it really tonight, this night? Is it really too late?
So that was not the best example, I'll be honest, but I've got an idea in my head of what I want to do, and I'm just waiting for the right situation, maybe some help filming, because man, is it hard to film yourself with a phone. Got it set up as a zoom rack here. Let's just do the AB, and it can zoom out nice and smooth. This feature's great. I love it. Be great for like product shots and that sort of thing. So my take home from this video is to do a lot more experimentation. This is a quick test video that I just wanted to kind of get out and test my little phone, see what it's capable of. It's definitely a step up from my iPhone 6, but it's never going to actually replace a proper camera, obviously. But even I want to test the audio levels without a microphone. Is it any good? Is it doable for a vlog? And are you happy for me to vlog on something like this? Because I could do a lot more videos if it's as simple as pulling out my phone and saying hi. That's it for this video then. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on the next video.